No.
Yes. Coming to day-to-day troubleshooting, what are the basic day-to-day tasks we are going to work on remote administration like vSphere administration. So most of the times we are going to work on snapshot requests. We know how to create snapshots, and there is a requirement to extend the disk. There is a free space issue on respect to OS disk. Need to extend the size. Okay, how to extend the size, how to create a disk. Sometimes there is a requirement to perform performance fine tuning. If the VM is having performance issues, they may ask to increase the CPU or memory, whatever the resources crunch. There are different issues are going to come into picture. So we already learned about what are the steps we can do, how to do, and everything. So it is all depends upon what is the requirement and how to address that issue, where to start, how to navigate. Okay, these are all things, basic things. So if you understood, if you practice well that navigation between the VC client and web client, so that you can understand where to start, how to execute that requirement. So you need to practice a lot. So you create a own lab and then do the practice. If you are not sure where to go, how to search, which articles we need to refer for a better understanding. Okay, we will see all those few basic steps in this today's session. Okay, before going for this session, first we need to understand there are three important articles for VMware administration which you should know. Okay, the first one is okay, open the browser. Go to kp.vmware.com. This is a place, this is a KP articles, a knowledge base as available for each every issue. What are the issue you are going to face in day-to-day administration? You can go to this, you can refer to this kp.vmware.com. Whatever the issue we are addressing, just type search here, whatever the issue you are going to face, you are going to get the detailed information, how to execute in day-to-day knowledge base, like what are the issues you are going to face, you are going to address the issues in a proper steps, how to connect web client, how to connect the same step, how to perform in VC client. Detailed information will be there for step-by-step configuration details. Okay, what are the issue? So first place you have to search is while working on troubleshooting. If you are not sure how to perform the action, just refer this kp.vmware.com so that you can understand each step. Okay, what are the step it may be, doesn't matter. For each version, any version, just search here, do some search, whatever the knowledge you have, just how to configure FT. Configure FT on 6.0. Configure FT. Enter. There are plenty of articles you are going to browse different articles, different versions. Okay. How to disable fault tolerance without vCenter, how to configure fault tolerance on VCSA. This fault tolerance, this is one of the important topic in vCenter server high availability. Okay, vCenter server, there is no cluster feature available, but they configured in such a way that FT, fault tolerance. We know the fault tolerance, when the fault tolerance is going to come into picture. If you configure HA, then fault tolerance is going to come into picture to make sure high availability. By my vCenter server is a management interface, I need to make sure the vCenter server is available 99.9%. So if you configure FT on vCenter server, there is a possibility of managing high availability of the vCenter server. Okay, so what are the versions this FT for vCenter server is available? You can go through that. Okay, this is a KB article. You can see, you can search the KB article version wise 6.0. Come down, let you come down. You can filter the options, version 6.0, 6.5, 7.0, everything. What are the versions you are going to have? You can search the KB article for the respective information. So whatever the doubt, whatever the issue you are going to face, the first place to search here, the kb.vmware.com. Okay, detailed information will be there for each step, for each troubleshooting option. If you didn't find any proper guidelines in this KB article, you might need to refine the search context, search view. Okay, or else you can go to Google and understand the search different articles are going to come into picture. While going to different articles, you can come to know different, explore different knowledge. Okay, that is kb.vmware.com. And if you are not finding the information kb.vmware.com, then you can search internet for the for other options, third party. Here the important thing is, for example, in VMware support request, while working on VMware vendor, you are going to purchase a license. According to the license, you are going to enter eligible for to create a support request with VMware vendor. Okay. Well, working with VMware vendor, how to create support request as soon as you have the subscription, yeah, as soon as you purchase the license, you are eligible to create a support request with VMware vendor. Okay. While working with VMware vendor, they may ask what articles, what is the steps, troubleshooting steps you followed. If you say that I follow third-party article, that's the place they are going to deny the support request. So you have to say that what are the articles, what are the troubleshooting steps you followed. It is recommended to perform the steps as per kb.vmware.com only. You should not perform third-party troubleshooting steps. If you perform third-party troubleshooting steps, it is your responsibility to address that issue. Okay, this is very important. Again, whatever the support request you are going to create with the VMware vendor, you need to perform only kp.vmware.com articles only. If you perform any third-party steps, third-party different articles, different blocks will be there. Okay, they'll provide you can try in this way like that. You should not try while working on a licensed product. You have to follow only kb.vmware.com. Okay, this is one important site. Coming to that certification. Okay, we'll go to search, Google search. Just type VMware certification. Don't know space VMware certification. Come down. Yeah, certification VMware. Click on that. Here, what we learned till now, we have to understand there are how many products are there, what we are learning here. Okay. See here, what we learned till now, it is a data center virtualization. Come down. See here, get VMware certified. What is the products are available? Come down a little bit. See here, wait. Here, there is a different products, data center virtualization, network virtualization, cloud management and automation. Okay, desktop digital workspace. Okay, there are different products are available. what we learned till now is comes under data center virtualization. Click on data center virtualization. If you see here, come down a little bit. Come down. Come down. Yes. Under data center virtualization, what is the certifications availability? Okay, VCA, VMware Certified Associate. For this particular certification, what are the certification you are going to get the certification from the VMware vendor? First, we need to attend the VMware Foundation exam. If you go to respective certification, what is the criteria you need to follow? It will provide the detailed information. There are different certifications are available. VCA, it is a basic certification to get the certification to perform day-to-day administrative tasks. For this certification, there is no official training is required. Okay, you can complete a vCenter Foundation exam. That is nearly $75 or $120 like that. And VCA, for every certification, the first primary requirement is you should have a basic knowledge, and then you need to clear vCenter Foundation exam, vSphere Foundation exam. This foundation exam you can attend from home itself. You can register the site and attend the exam online from your home. So there is no issues. From VCA, once you complete the vCenter vSphere Foundation exam, then the next is VCA. Either you can go VCA. This VCA doesn't require any official authorized VMware training. We can go ahead and complete VCA to gain the certification. VMware Certified Professional, VCP. To get this certification, you should have a class ID. Class ID in the sense, you have to complete authorized VMware training from VMware vendor. Authorized training in the sense, VMware vendor is going to provide the training. The training cost may be generally in Indian currency, it may be 35,000 to 50,000. It will be 5 days training will be there. So once you complete the training, you are eligible to attend this exam, VCP, which we sent a VMware Certified Professional. Okay, so there we consider as a certified professional. This is a valid certificate to gain valid VMware certification. Valid VMware certification in the sense you are fully eligible for VCP. Like you are authorized what you call, you are authorized administrator to work on VMware products. Okay, that is VCP. Until VCA, it is basic requirements. Without authorized training, you can gain the certificate and you can use that logo and everything. For VCP, if you can attend the exam, but without class ID, without official training, without authorized training, you are not going to get a certification logo. Okay, that is a case. So for VCP, you need to complete authorized training, and then only that is we call it as a class ID. Class ID is nothing but your mail ID. Whatever the mail ID you are registered for authorized training, that same mail ID you need to use for the VCP certification exam as well, so that they'll cross check that ID is eligible for VCP certification or not. Okay, so next advanced certification VCAP. Okay, advanced professional, VCDX, certified design expert. So these are the highest certificate. VCDX is a design expert where you can design the environment for the different customers. So you should have a VCDX certificate. So VCP generally, it is a common certification. Whoever gain the authorized training, you can go with VCP. For VCP also, the initial certification you should clear the foundation exam. Once you clear the foundation exam, then you have to attend VCP exam. Okay, this is a certification part for the vCenter data center virtualization. Okay, coming to the next, this What is the Maximus? Go to Google. vSphere 6.5 Maximus. 6.5 Maximus. Maximums. Okay. Search. Below is there, right? Okay. Okay, first article, configure VMware Max. Click on that first one. First article, open the first article. What is this? This article, it is all about what is the limitations for each configuration, which are we are going to configure. What is the comparison between the versions? For each version, there is a limitations. Okay, so this web page is going to provide a clear information. What is the limitations for each version? Okay, you should know what is a comparison, what is a limitation. See here in this web page, you need to select the product in filter. These are many products are available. We are learning about vSphere. Under vSphere, come down little bit. See, these are the versions are available. Select version 7.0, 6.7, 6.5, 6.0. Select 6.0. We have perform the lab, everything on 6.0. So what is the limitations? What is the limitations in the sense come up? Basic limitations we can understand. Say compute, how many compute? Virtual CPUs, how many virtual CPUs I can assign for a particular virtual machine? See, the drop down is there, virtual machine maximus. Highlight that with the mouse, virtual machine maximus. This all talks about virtual machine maximus. Okay, if you come down, you see here how many CPUs I can assign, how many storage adapters. Storage adapter means SCSI controllers. Only 4 controllers I can attach. Okay, per SCSI controller, how many devices I can attach? 15 devices. Okay, total virtual devices adapters. How many total? 4 into 16, 15. Total 6 only available. How much size I can assign for each adapter? 62 TB. Okay, these are the devices. Just compare this information. Select 6.7 version vSphere 6.7. Click on view limits. Okay. Now see here, it is going to refresh the content. View limits, view limits. Click on view limits. Okay, it has come. It has come. Okay, go up. See, previously some configuration is there. Now it is going to showcase what is the difference between previous version and this version, how many storage adapters we can attach, how many, what is the max memory we can attach, what is the max CPU we can attach. These are limitations for each version. Okay, you can compare. There is a comparison option is available so that the main interview question is going to you are going to face what is the difference between 6.5 6.0 so that you can come over here and compare. There's an option, go up. See, compare option is there, compare limits at the top of the, yes, compare limits. Click on the compare limits, select vSphere, select vSphere in the filter, go up. Yes, vSphere. We are learning about vSphere, VC data center virtualization. Select 6.7. One more version 6.5. This is one more important site 6.5. Okay, let it be, no issues. Let it be. 6.0. what we learned, whatever the practice we did on 6.0. Okay, now compare. Click on compare. This is very cool tool which is provided by VMware vendor. See how many virtual machine maxima. See here the difference. Is there any difference between whatever the version we learned? Now 6.0 is end of life. Okay, there is no product support from the vendor. So whatever the version, if you want product support and if any issue comes in patches, everything is going to support from 6.5. Okay, even 6.5 is going to end up by next year, mid of next year. Okay, so if you are planning go and upgrade, you have to choose either 6.7 or 7.0. Okay, now it is the time to compare what is the comparison between these products. Okay, this is a virtual machine. We are under virtual machine maxima. See, most of the things are common. Okay, come down, little come down. Where is the difference? You can see the notice the difference, where is the difference is available. Okay, what is the memory, what is the maximum memory, everything it is going to come into picture. You can compare and you can go individual product and you can export this information to CSV so that you can export the knowledge by Excel sheet. Okay, so most of the features, cool features are there. So what there are many plenty of features are available. Okay, what you need to understand is it a requirement is sufficient for my environment or not. Okay, if feature is available, see here the memory is supporting to 6 TB. Are we going to extend 6 TB of memory for each virtual machine? Okay, we need to understand the theoretical and practical limitations, and then we need to judge. Okay, there is certain, go to ESXi Maximus, select, go up and minimize the virtual machine Maximus, minimize this virtual machine Maximus, arrow is there, right? The top one, arrow, virtual machine Maximus. Here in this top article, the first one, highlighted in gray, drop down there, yes. See here, ESXi host maximum computers. How many fault tolerance, FT, how much? See here, 4 CPUs only supports in 6.5. In 6.7, it supports 8 CPUs. Okay, this is a fault tolerance. Fault tolerance, we are not going to configure. What we configured, come down slowly. Host CPUs maximus, how many host CPUs can maximus? Come down. How many virtual machines I can add to environment? How many virtual machines I can add to individual ESXi host? I can add 1024 virtual machines I can add to one ESXi host. Imagine if I want to add 1024 virtual machine to ESXi host, what is the capacity I should maintain on that ESXi host, that hardware? Okay, these are the theoretical limitations. Practically, we need to think about some points are going to come into picture in a day-to-day works. So we need to understand what is the limitations. If something is not working, first we need to go through, is it compatible, is it supporting or not? Okay, this is one of the cool feature article. So you need to go through this, understand what is the limitations. One more important article is compatibility, interoperability matrix. Go to Google. Once again, I'm giving this information, just a moment. I'm providing in the WebEx chart. Just type this information in search engine. I pasted it, the information WebEx chart. VMware Interoperability. This is one more thing. Open this. Go to first one. These are, well, whoever is working on VMware administrator, they need to understand these all these websites information so that you can understand what is the options are available. This is this site is going to provide the information what is solution for each version it is going to compatible. Okay, upgrade path, what is the compatibility. Okay, we can select the version and we can select the compare to lowest version. For example, I'm working on vCenter server installation 6.7. What is the ESXi host supports? By default 6.7 it supports. If you want to download compatibility check, you can check here. This is interoperability. Like that, solution database. What is the database solution it can support? What is the upgrade path it is available? For example, I'm running on 5.1 or 5.5. What is the upgrade paths are available? Everything we can check in this particular website. Okay. There is one more article, VMware Compatibility Matrix. Search, go to search. VMware Compatibility Matrix. In this compatibility matrix, it is a kind of HCL, hardware compatibility checklist. Okay, interoperability and VMware compatibility. Compatibility. Just search. This article provides. We can check what are the hardware is compatible. Check that first article. See, this is a HCL checklist. What is the version you are going to install? What is the hardware model you are going to check? You can check hardware model and see that hardware is compatible. Before buying the hardware, you can check the compatibility here. What are the version you are going to check? What are the hardware you are going to deploy? What is the CPU model it can support? Okay, these are features. Okay. Okay, how to create a support request? How to create a support request in the sense my.vmware.com. My.vmware.com is a place wherein you are going to get a subscription. Okay, whenever you are going to purchase a license, ESXi host license and vCenter server license, you are eligible. Your organization is going to provide a permission to get the create a support request. Login my.vmware.com. By default, you can log in. Everyone can register for free. Okay, to download certain patches. If you want to download any product, you need to register that product. That is also free first, but you need to register the product. What purpose you are going to use. Without license also you can download, but you have to register the license so that you are eligible to download the products. Whenever you can create a support, as soon as you purchase a licensed product, then you are eligible to submit a support request. Okay, so this is a place myvmware.com. There from here you are eligible to download the product. Okay, and at the same time, once you purchase the license, you are eligible to create a support request. Okay, these are all the sites while working on VMware administration. Okay, so come back to the vCenter server. Most of the troubleshooting issues are going to come into picture for VMs, how the ESXi host is going to work. Okay, we learned the different topics. Okay, leave these websites. Come back to the vCenter server. Day-to-day task in the sense updating the ESXi host, patching, how to put the maintenance mode. We learned about that, and disk expansions, how to expand the disk. For example, the Windows server is a C drive, sufficient free space is not there. How to add additional disk? Right click on edit settings of one of the VM. For example, one server is there, DB server is there. DB server, I need a additional disk. how they adding the additional disk. Okay, what are the things we need to check? Okay, generally this is a day-to-day, most of the common task I can say. Okay, so space issues comes in picture for Windows Server. Okay, for Windows Server, there is an option. We can extend the size of the existing disk. Select hard disk one. I can increase the space of this size. For example, 40 GB is there. Okay, add 5 GB, make it 5 GB. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the size of this disk from 40 GB to 45 GB. Sometimes they will ask 100 GB or 200 GB. First, what we need to check is that space is available on data store. Okay, simply assigning space is not going to work out. We need to make sure whatever the disk we are going to extend, we need to make sure sufficient free space available on data store or not. Okay, we know how to create a data store, how to manage a data store. We know that. Okay, see here I extended the size from 40 GB to 45. This is a Windows server. Go to options. How can you know is it a Windows or a Linux based operating system? Click on options. While creating any VM, we are going to choose what operating system model it has to support, the BIOS. See here the BIOS. What is the BIOS we selected? Microsoft Windows Server. For example, if I'm going to get a request for a VM, need a space, add 10 GB. If it is a Windows box, we need to ask the requester what is a disk size, existing disk size. There are plenty of disks are available. For example, 4 disks are available in the VM. Okay, they are asking for 10 GB disk, but the request is not clear. Is it to add existing disk or do we need to create additional disk? We need to find out that question for the Windows operating system VMs. For example, if it is a Linux, there is no option to extend the existing size. What we need to do, if they ask from the request coming from this Linux based VM, directly for they'll mention that 10 GB, that's it. What we are going to do, we should not extend, we should not ask what is existing. Only option is we have to add as an additional disk. We can increase the size of the existing disk, but it is not going to be useful for the Linux operating system. There is some limitation at the OS level. So you need to understand before asking the question, is it a Linux machine? Is it a Windows based? If it is a Windows based, how to check? We'll come and click on options and see that is it OS Windows or Linux. If it is a Windows, we need to ask the requester, do we need to add existing size or do we need to add as an additional disk? Okay, that is for Windows. For Linux, simply there is no, we should not perform if you, without knowing if you extend the space for existing disk, it is going to waste. They are not going to use. Here, one more important point is come back to the hardware. We can increase the size. Click on hardware. For example, by mistake, we added a 5 GB here. Hard disk, select hard disk, add 5 GB. Currently 40 GB is there. We added, without knowing, we added 5 GB or 100 GB to this disk. Now they says that, oh, I am by mistake I asked for the disk. It is not the right disk. Okay, revert back. There is no option to revert back. Okay, whatever the disk assigned, that is gone. We cannot revert back. To change the disk size, we need to convert this virtual machine to, we need to perform V2K. That is a different topic altogether. So make sure whatever the disk you are going to add is that right disk. That's the reason for Windows box, we need to ask what is the existing disk size. Okay. According to the disk size, we need to increase the size. Okay. For this VM, we added a 5 GB. Let's see and connect DB server and see under disk management how to perform. Okay. Click OK. This is general disk option. Okay, wait. Okay. Now, this is a disk option to increase the size. For example, sometimes they'll ask to increase the CPU or memory. Okay. In this particular option, how to increase? Select memory. Select memory. Is there any option to increase the memory? To increase the memory and CPU, there is a requirement, downtime is required. Without downtime requirement, we are not in a position to perform. So it is our responsibility to update. If you want to increase the CPU and memory, we need a downtime. Please shut down the server. We are not going to, VMware administrator should not create a shutdown task. Respective platform team need to shut down the server. They'll stop the services and they'll perform all the prerequisites before shutting down server. Shutting down from VMware, their sequence is not going to follow like a warm shutdown. Warm shutdown in the sense they need to stop some services before shutting down and all those things. So it is always recommended to initiate a shutdown from by the respective platform team. Once the VM is shut down, we can increase the CPU and memory resources. The disk addition is an online activity. Downtime is not required. Okay. This is online activity. Disk addition is an online activity. Either it is a Linux-based VM or a Windows-based VM. We can add the disk online without downtime. Okay. So these are the common day-to-day troubleshooting options. Who are working on VMware administrator, they are going to get the tickets for CPU increase, memory increase, the disk adding, the important VMware tools update. Okay, we know how to update VMware tools. What is a VM version? Okay, click on OK here. Now, one more important troubleshooting, they'll ask for performance reports. How to go performance reports? We know how to collect the performance reports. There, select performance report performance. There is a different options. The questions are going to come into picture. Okay, I need a performance metrics from this time to this time. We know we can collect the performance metrics for click on chart options. We can get the performance reports for memory, for CPU, and even for past day and past week. What are the way they are asking for? As a VMware administrator, we need to provide the performance metrics and graphs we are going to provide. So what is the requirement? According to the requirement, we need to select the desired option from this performance charts and provide the information. Okay, this performance charts for past data is only available once you connect to vCenter server. If you connect directly ESXi host, there is no option to collect the past data. Only real-time data will be available if you connect ESXi host directly. Okay, this is a common things. One more important troubleshooting option is, for example, ESXi host is in disconnected state. Cancel here. Sometimes ESXi host is going to disconnected state. Okay, we are not in a position to connect. Now ESXi host is connected state, so no issues. Sometimes what will happen, ESXi host is maybe disconnected. Okay, how to troubleshoot? What are the ways we need to check? If host is in disconnected state, first thing is that we need to make sure that VMs are responding or not. What are the VMs hosted on that ESXi host? Are the VMs are communicating or not? Okay. If they are communicating, what is the issues with the ESXi host? We need to troubleshoot. Okay. We need to connect ESXi host status by connecting ping, test the ping request. If ping is happening, we can try to connect directly. Sometimes the ESXi host may not able to establish communication to vCenter server, but we can check the connection by connecting directly to the ESXi host. If I am able to connect ESXi host directly, that is one agent is working properly. That is host the agent is working properly. There is no issue. If the vCenter it is not connecting to the respective ESXi host, that is VPXD agent is going to come into picture. Okay, it could be, we need to check the logs, what is the cause. I'm able to connect directly the ESXi host, but that same ESXi host is not reporting vCenter server. The reporting vCenter server, there is one more agent and then one more port is going to work. And most important thing is that DNS is going to play a vital role. If the name resolution is not going to happen, if the DNS server is down, even DNS server down also, if the host is added with the name, that all the ESXi host is going to show as a disconnected state, because it is going to keep on check with the name. If the name resolution is not going to happen, then my ESXi host in vCenter is going to show as a disconnected state. How to identify that? Then anyhow, you are going to try to ping. If you are trying to ping that host name, definitely you are going to get some IP information. It is not going to resolve the IP, then you are not going to get the ping response. Then you are going to try to with the ping with IP address. Then try to connect that with IP address or host name. Okay. If you are able to connect directly, that in the sense it is hostly agent is working properly. If you are not able to establish communication in vCenter, that is related to VPXD agent. So how to troubleshoot the connection issues, vCenter connections? We know how to troubleshoot by simply restarting management agents. The ESXi sometimes management agents may not be in a responding state. Then what we need to do? We need to restart the management agents on ESXi host. Okay. And we know how to perform update manager. If the update manager is not happening, what we need to do? We need to disable HA and ARS. If sufficient resources are not available, host is not going to enter into maintenance mode. Okay. These are all day-to-day activities. Different issues are going to come into picture. As you know, the basic things, as you know, you navigate the things in vSphere administration. So once we have a kb.vmware.com, you can search that, you can understand what is the issue, where to start, okay, how to troubleshoot, everything you are going to get an expertise. The only thing you need, you should have a basic knowledge, first of all. With that basic knowledge, I can search. If I have the search information, what is the steps are available, the KB article, the knowledge base article is available, you can go to that ESXi. They'll say that connect to ESXi host, open SSH port. You know how to open SSH port. There is clear information will be there. No need to worry about anything. There are plenty of articles are available in internet. Plenty of articles, YouTube's also available to understand, to perform your day-to-day activities. Okay, but if you perform practice, navigation tabs are important. In, for example, I'm working on a virtual machine. To work on virtual machine, where to go, how to go, and you should know. If I'm selecting virtual machine performance, if you click on ESXi host performance, doesn't make any sense. So it is very important what is the issue, what it is related, where to navigate, okay, how to go to that particular setting, everything matters. As you know, complete VMware architecture, you are going to navigate, go to respective feature or respective feature. Some features which are advanced features I didn't cover in the sessions. Okay, why? Because it is going to create a confusion. Okay, so we need to explore the knowledge. As per the requirement comes in, we know how to vCenter. Okay, without vCenter, without ESXi host, there is no other products. ESXi host is a basic product to work vCenter server, data center virtualization, or if you are planning to network virtualization also, if you are planning other products in VMware, all the products are going to work on basic ESXi host. Even cloud. What is a cloud? Cloud is nothing but based on virtualization only. The background, the backbone of the cloud environment is backbone of virtualization. It could be VMware virtualization, it could be Microsoft virtualization, it could be Gen server virtualization. Some background, the infrastructure, without infrastructure, there is no cloud. Okay. If you know the virtualization concept, well, you are get a good understanding on cloud architecture as well. Cloud is mostly, it is going to use the infrastructure. This is the infrastructure we are going to talk about. What is a network, what is a storage, what is a hardware, everything it is going to comes under infrastructure. There is a software component is there. The software component, and by using this infrastructure calling APIs, we call it as, by combining this together, they are providing a cloud infrastructure. Why cloud is going to come into picture? Easy of access. See, for a simple deployment, simple understanding how many servers we need for simple web server, I need a web server, I need a database server, I need application servers. All these servers, I need a hardware. For all hardware, I need a network devices. I need to set up an enterprise environment for a single web server application. What cloud is going to do is, there is a cloud simple service as provided. There is going to go just give the website interface. That's it. Their login website interface doesn't matter how they are going to manage at the background. For website interface, they are just paying some information, some price. That's it. They least bother about what is the infrastructure at the background. That is about all cloud. Cloud is the backbone, that background, the infrastructure is going to be virtualization. Okay. So once you understand the virtualization, it is easy to understand cloud architecture as well. Okay. So we practice a lot. There are different articles are available, different videos are available. Explore your knowledge and try to understand the concepts. Okay. That's what. Thanks for your joining. Thanks for session. Okay. Take care. Bye.